Vishwakarma was cursed by sage Agastya that the entire lineage becomes non-Brahmana or Shudra. That was cursed by sage Agastya. So it fell on all the generations altogether. Family curses, all these things are there. But it's based on karma. So because somebody else did something, why should I be, suffering that? Is a question that people ask. But the fact is, because of your karma, you have been connected to this family so that you will go through this particular suffering. That's all. Karma, the way it works is it matches. If some forefather did something, why should I suffer? Means it's not that he is your forefather for always in all the births. Now you have been put in that particular family in order to suffer because you have been destined to suffer that because of your karma somewhere else. As simple as that. The logic is simple. So karma actually matches people. That's how it puts you in a, there is a best fit. There are so many things if you go into it. It's very complex. That's what Brahma does. Vidhi. His name is Vidhi. Brahma does everything through Brahma. Such a way that, the prarabdha that you get is the best fit amongst all the options so that you can go through your karma. That's how it is designed. So in order to make you to be born in a particular place, at a particular time, in a particular family, so many calculations are there. Not a joke. The question is, we are interested in getting liberated, so why do we talk about all these things? How do we get rid of this is what we should be talking. If you will get rid of this family, you get rid of the family, it's good. If you see, you have done some sin, you have to suffer. If you try to skip this one, if you close this door, some other door will open and you will still get that. So, avashyam anubhoktavyam. Sri Vaishnavism teaches you to develop courage, not courage merely, to accept the results of your sins through realization. You have done. Punya or Papa, you have done it. So face it. Accept it. But then pray to the Supreme that you don't repeat those kind of aparadhas again. That is what I keep telling whoever comes to Swami Abhimanar's temple. The first thing I say is, don't come here and tell that I have this problem, I have that problem, somehow, help me to come out of that. First come sit here and tell that I have done a lot of paavams, sins, and I'll have to go through. At least give me good buddhi, not to repeat those sins again. Gift me with good thoughts about you, to do good things, and do justice to this body in order to meet the purpose for which it was given. That is all you should pray. Rest of the things you should say that I will go through. That is fate. Instead, trying to skip, bypass, postpone, parihara. I keep saying the same example again and again. You kill somebody, then you go to a court or whoever the authority is, highest authority. You say, I will do a abhisheka for you. I will give some bananas. I will give garland. I will show some karpura arati. Kindly excuse me. Yes, will they leave you? The system will not leave you. So simply coming to God and saying that I will do some puja and parihara doesn't work. It has been, a later or a very recent development that for everything there is a parihara, this dosha, naga dosha, navagraha dosha, that dosha, this dosha. All these doshas are there. But without realizing that you have done it. You have done it. Without realizing that, what is the purpose of this parihara? Doesn't make any sense. Just going to temples, or going to some place and donating some money without an iota of realization that shame on me. that I have done this. At least from now on, I should not do it. I should be conscious. I should be aware. I should be serious. I should be sensible. If we cannot do that, what is the point? What is the point? So realization is what is all about. For realization, you need Dhyana, for which you have to go through Shastras. You cannot go through because Shastras are huge. That is why you need the right Acharya. That Acharya should be possessing Jnana as well as Anushtana. You should walk the talk. You should practice what he preaches. This is the thread. You can't keep saying that I am not able to get an Acharya. To what level have you realized that you want such an Acharya in order to get the result? If we want, we can do it. We will definitely get it. It depends on our the depth of zeal. But will definitely show the right Acharya.
Again, Swami. It's the same continuation, like the same thing, whatever Devril explained. It's been divided into multiple, like they have just put that as a different question. Ancestors' pavams, will that be passed on to the next generation? That is, when parents make the sin, so the kids suffer because of that. So all those things have been said in the family. Is that true? And at the same time, it's also been told that many generations that getting the blessings from parents, elders, will it be a rakshai for us? Will it be a blessing? Will it not protect the life of the kids?
See, that's what this so-called protection is all about body that we are talking about in this question thread. And what we want to deal with is the protection of the soul, atma rakshana. Because one day or other, this body is going to anyway leave. The body is going to leave. You cannot protect it forever. So what is the point? What do you want to do until you have this body is what you have to discuss. You can't keep on saying that, okay, just give me another 5 years, another 10 years. What are you going to do? Again eat, again sleep, again make money, again, kids, school, marriage, then their children. Same story. This story, this movie is everywhere, in every family. How are you special to get these blessings or do something different? What are you doing? In what aid are we deserving to even ask these questions? If somebody says, see, my son is very serious, somehow God protect me. Okay, he's going to protect. What next? Why not protect so many other people who are there? Tsunami comes, it kills like 10,000 people. Why not protect all 10,000? Why anybody should die at all? Let everybody be, living always. Why there should be diseases? We don't ask those questions. God, please get rid of all the diseases in this world. All kind of turmoils, all kind of pollutions, all kind of awareness, all kind of evils, please get rid of. That's what Vedas say. Shanti, 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 Sarve Jana Sukhino. We want only for us, will it be protection? Will it be an insurance for our kids or from our parents? Just evil things come or good things come. It's all about the self. Then Perumal asked him, what are you so special? Why not others? To me, everybody is my children. If I'm not doing for them, why should I do to you? Because I'm wearing Thiruman. Come on. Because I am in the Sampradayam. Sorry. Perumal does not deal with those kind of things. Atma Yatra, yes, that is different. That is Sharanagati and all those things. That's entirely different. If you have Brahma or Sampadnam, it means that you are into Sharanagati and Perumal is already, you are in his radar for moksha. So anyways, you don't have to ask Perumal. If you have already done Sharanagati, you don't have to go and tell Perumal, please do this. If you have to tell, and then only Perumal has to do. Don't call him Sarvajna. Don't call him Sarvashakti. Don't call him Karunamukti. It's understanding, fundamentals of Sampradaya. Again and again, talking about body, getting cute, getting, saved from a situation, crisis. You can come out of any crisis by mind first. Mind is the biggest disease for most of us. The disease comes to the mind first. The physical ailments are hardly anything. This way or that way, anyway, the body is going to leave you today or tomorrow. I asked somebody, he had come here, asked him like, he said somebody is suffering. I said, how long do you think you're going to healthy? I go for regular checkups. Doctor say you are very good. Maybe 80 years. They're wonderful. Doctor can ensure that you will not die out of health reasons. What if, what if some vehicle comes and hits you? Will the vehicle say that, oh, your doctor has told that you are healthy, so I won't hit you? Will lightning or earthquake will skip you because you are healthy? But does it mean that everybody has to think that, oh, we might die anytime, so do whatever you want? Is that what it is? That's not what it is. But the serious, bitter fact is nothing is permanent here and nothing is predictable. So, as long as you have time, given whatever it is, do the best, do the most sensible. When you die, if there is somebody who said that, oh, this person has died, that's a loss for this society. That itself is the greatest thing that somebody has given. Most of us go unnoticed, even within our families. Forget about outside. Within family circle itself, somebody leaves. Okay, gone. So this line of questioning, we should refine ourselves. Stop talking about more about again and again. You can ask questions on Deha Atma or Prakriti Atma Vivekam, differences, and those kind of things. But Parihara, Puja, Namaskara, we shall avoid that. Even for this Protasi Saturday, I put an audio on Telegram about this Mahavilak. That's the craziest thing. We stop Sri Vaishnavas in particular. There are other people who follow it, that's okay. We should respect. But in Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, we don't even refer to Tirumaligas. We have to go and check with Tirumaligas. Prachina Tirumaligas that are maintaining still the acharas and anushtanas. Go and reach out to those acharyas, pray and ask, is this something that we do? And they'll say, no, we've never done that. Prachina temples, no, we don't do that. What is this Mahavilak, Perumal coming and going? And then only for Saturday, doing something different. There's no mention of this Protasi Saturday celebrations in our Acharya Granthas anyway. Not even like it's a Utsava or anything of that sort. If there is something, kindly let me know. I will stand corrected. I'm open for correction. I'm yet to see. Paapams will be passed on to others. Then the blessings can be passed on to right. Yeah. Both Punya Bala and Papa Bala can be transferred to others. With the proper understanding of both the benefactor and the beneficiary, that is the donor and the receiver, both concur, transfer is possible. Punya and Papa. Indra shared is Shapam with earth, women, trees, and water. So those kind of things are all there. I'm trying to address the question that came in the chat. Atma has the kartrutva and bhoktritva, so experiencing ability.
the curse by like by the example that Devri just mentioned from sage. So they should have a tapas to give the curse also. So any curse by ordinary person, will that affect?
All this curse and all those things are only for people who have tapas. But you can't, you know, templatize that or generalize that. I'll tell you why. Right? Tapas is something that you earn. People do tapas, celibacy, so all those things they do penance and they earn it, tapobala. But look at this thing. This is a very poor fellow, very poor fellow. He's not eaten for a few days. He has got some food, and then suddenly somebody comes and grabs that food. In the situation that he says, he curses. He says, this is the food that I have at all. At this juncture, you come and grab it from me. You will not get food when you need. He curses. It's a curse. It will work. So curse is not necessarily from a person who comes from who has tapas. Similarly, the same person, if you go and give food to the person who has not eaten for 3-4 days and who is really a poor person or disabled, when you give and he says, God bless you, it will work. It will work. That is why see dharma is not something that is written on the books. It's viveka. You should be able to sense it. You should be able to spurti, feel that. You know that this is a curse. Somebody simply says, I am telling you, you will become like this. That will not work. Simply. But depending upon the person's situation, the gravity, right? That really matters. Even very big person with all tapas and all cannot stand before a person who's, totally voiceless or helpless. He will fear. You need to understand that. Does it help?
Adi.
So it is very difficult to find out which one is curse, which one is not. That's why it's a vivek. Normal people cannot get an idea of what it is at all. So we should just keep it aside. If it comes only because of what we have done, it comes. Take it, pray to Perumal that let Shanti prevail on those people who have been affected by me. Going forward, I should not hurt others. Whatever I have done already, shame on me. I apologize, but I also accept the result for that. Give me the courage and strength to face it. This is what is Sri Vaishnava. Anything else is just stories.
Someone has asked about Navaratri Golu. I think Swami has addressed this before, not sure in the Q&A session or Swami's channel.
Telegram, I think I have addressed it.
Ask a question. Yes, Swami.
Okay.
Jai Shravana Swami, again, Dasaham. Swami, one big question that I have is that how to go beyond the mind, like instead of getting stuck in the mind and thinking of all these physical things, situations, emotions, and all that. How to realize the Atma that we talk, right? Achetanam, Chetanam, Chitta Chitishwara in Tattvatrayam. So they describe Atma, everything, right? So practically, how to go beyond the mind instead of getting stuck in all the thoughts, like we worry so much. How to realize the Atma, Swami? How to experience that?
Jnana, first stage is jnana. You have to attain jnana. That's the first step. Now, to attain jnana, you have to reach out to those people who do kalakshepams. And diligently, sincerely, in a dedicated fashion, you have to attend the Kalakshema and start getting enough clarification so that your mind is free from all kind of murk. Then naturally your mind will start brightening up. Kalakshepam is the only way. By Kalakshepam, what I mean is two things. By Kalakshepam, many people do not know this. One is attending some discourses. That is one Kalakshepam. Another Kalakshepam is spending time under the lotus feet of an Acharya, doing services to him. That is the bigger Kalakshepam actually. That will naturally, brighten you up. This attending discourses, there are, constraints in that. Depends on your receptivity, the person's interest. Because on the other side, the person might be very knowledgeable, but to make you do that, he needs some, special powers. Whereas if you do service for an acharya, who's into this kind of who possesses jnana anushtana to the core, and he is perfect, then you don't have to do anything. Just doing service itself will upgrade you automatically. But then the $1 billion question is, are you really interested? You'll keep saying that I want to come out of this, I want to know my atma, I want to know my paramatma, sakshatkara, all stories. Then finally we'll say, hey, responsibilities, we have family. Practical, be practical, Swami. I want to be in my family and do whatever I want. But still I want these things. Is there a solution? I want to drink. Still I don't have to, I should not get ulcer. You give me some medicine that will do that. Don't tell me that I have to come and get admitted to hospital, get cured, and then again I should not drink again. Those things are not practically possible. I will drink. That is what is your position. Then the only thing is waiting game. It's known as waiting game. What Perumal does is, okay, now you're not going to come. I know how to make you come. Wait and watch. He has his own way of doing that. But it will be a little painful.
Yes, Swami. One more question, Swami, is that the importance of Dhyanam in our regular practice, Swami, like before Tiruvaradhanam or after Tiruvaradhanam. How important is Dhyanam or the mantra we got from Acharya, right? So how to do that and the diligent practices for that. Will that help? Or
Dhyanam has multiple meanings. If you are talking about meditation, then that is yoga. So that's in Panchakalika Karma. So after Tiruvaradhana, after you do Swadhyaya, you have to sit in yoga. All our Guruacharyas used to sit in yoga. Contemplation, Anusandhana, they used to do that. The other type of Dhyanam is basically before you start a japa, for a few minutes you just align your focus towards the devata of the mantra. This is for upasakas, not for prapannas, not for us. But for upasakas who want to just chant the mantra for so many number of times, sitting in a particular direction, in a particular time, you do it in Rahu Kala and Yamakranda, it will be like if you chant a mantra once, it will be multiplied by 100 times. If you do it during Grahana, it will be 1,000 times. If you chant the japa, if you do the japa, if you chant the mantra in front of your guru or in front of Perumal in a temple, it will be multiplied 1,000 times. If you sit on a Putta Padmasana, the unique asana, just by sitting in that asana and if you chant a mantra once, it will be equivalent to chanting it 1,000 times. All these things are for upasakas. Before doing all these things, they will first sit and do dhyana because first they have to contemplate on the devata of the mantra. So, for example, in our regular Sandhyandana, there are different practices. One practice is Dhyas Sada Savitra Mandala Madhyavarti Narayana. That shloka is a dhyana shloka actually. That shloka has to be recited and that dhyana has to be done before doing Gayatri Japam. Because the Gayatri is all about Savitra Mandala Madhyavarti Narayana. You have to contemplate upon the Supreme who is residing inside Surya. That is Sri Vaishnava practice. So that dhyana shlokam should come first. You should do the dhyanam of Savitri Mandala Madhyavarti Narayana, Sarasajasana, Sannivishtaha, Keirovan, Makarapundalavan, Kriti Hari, Hiranyavu, Dhrita Shankachakraha. That is the dhyana sloka. But the Kevala Vaidika practices contemplate upon Surya, do the japa, and then just as a pickle, you tell this sloka at the end. Unfortunately, all the Sri Vaishnavas are almost, not all, almost everybody has started practicing Kevala Vaidika Paddhati. So dhyana is something that you should do before starting anything. Set your focus right. That's what is dhyana. If you are talking about meditation or whatever that we call it, they call it as in English, that these terms are very loose actually. That is yoga actually. That is anusandhana or contemplation. That is done after yaga, that is yaga is Thiruvaradhana, then anuyaga, your food, then swadhyaya, then yoga. Panchakalika karma.
Swami. So actually, maybe the term was wrong. I was actually referring to the japa. I mean, the reciting of mantra. So we have Dwaya mantram, Thirumantram, right? So what, as a prapanna, like you said, so do we need to do the japam, or what is your take on that, Swami? What the mantram? Do we need to? I know we get karakshepam from Acharya about the mantra and its Mumukshupadi, but again, is japa should be a practice for us, or no? I just want to understand from you that.
Did you attend Mukshpuri Kalakshepa under Reni Acharya?
Again, yeah.
You did? Then in the Mukshpuri Kalakshepa itself, it is very clearly said that for Prapanna, you should not do japa. Japa homadigal upasakal. And for Prapannas, it is Arthanusandhanat Kale. But a Prapanna should not do japa or homa using Ashtakshara or Dwaya expecting any result. Because that is only for upasaka. Anything that you do as upaya, you're gone. You're not prapannas.
Okay.
If you do this japa and think that by doing this I will get moksha, you are upasaka. But then Ashtakshara japam is mandated after Gayatri japam in Sandhyavandanam. This has been with Pramana published by Puttur Swami's Sandhyandana Bhashya, which was compiled by his father, Puttur Swami's father. So it is there in Sandhyandana Bhashya where with Pramana, the Pramana has been taken from Swami Vedanta Acharya's Sri Panchara Rakshai, I think, where he is quoting, where Swami is quoting Embramana's Nitya Grantham, in which it is mentioned. Nitya Grantham is not available today, it is Lupta, it is gone. But some versions, some loose versions are available, some people they say it is available. But officially, Nitya Grantham is not with us. But Vedanta Acharya, during Vedanta Acharya's time, Nitya Grantham was available. In that, Swami has mentioned that Ashtakshara Japam has to be done. It has been mentioned by Swami Embirmana, Swami Ramanuja, in Nitya Grantha, that Ashtakshara Japam has to be done after Gayatri Japam, Sandhyandana. Similarly, other itihasa and Puranic references have been taken, where Krishna says that if you are a Prapanna, then you have to do Ashtakshara Japa in both the Sandhis, Sandhya Kalam. So that Japam is a Bhagavad Agnya. If it is Bhagavad Agnya, then you don't do it as Upayam naturally. You don't do Sandhyavandanam to get moksha. You don't brush your teeth to get moksha. You don't eat to get moksha. You don't take bath to get moksha. You don't wear Thiruman to get moksha. That is a natural thing. Perumal's lotus feet I will bear. My Acharya's feet I will bear. That's the spontaneous act. Why should you do snana? You have to read Vartamala. Swami Emburmanar says you should do snana. It is like a wife taking bath before going to her husband. Similar to that, you are taking bath so that you are becoming a bhogya vastu for Perumal, not because of anything else. That's why you should do snana. You should do snana because you want to decorate yourself to present yourself in a pleasant manner to Perumal, who is your husband. This is in Vartamala, Emburmanar's, due. Very beautiful way of putting. So everything, brushing your teeth, all your nitya karma, you do it only for the mukha ullasa. You do it as kainkarya. The kshana, you think that anything that you do will give you moksha, prapati is gone. That second prapati leaves you. And then you become a swayatna upasaka or somebody else. You become nobody else, basically, somewhat confused person. So we don't do japa for getting moksha. We do japa if it is mandated in Shastras. And we do it as Sri Bhagavad Agnya Kankari. Shruti Smritir Mamaiva Agnya. As simple as that. Is that clear?
Yeah, got it.
Any other Ashtakshara Homa, we should not do at all. Prapannas should not do it. If somebody is doing, let them do it. There's nothing wrong with it. We should not do it. During Panchasamskara, they do that yajna. That is as part of the vidhi, Bhagavad Agnya Kankari. That is different. Suddenly saying that we'll do for Lokakshema, we'll do Ashtakshara Homa, we'll do, Dwaya mantra Homa, we'll do this Homa, that Homa, and all those things. For Lokakshema, we will do it. All those things. If we really have that Lokakshema, lakshya in our mind, we'll always be doing Mangala Shashna all the time. That itself, the power of Mangala Shashna is beyond, it cannot be explained in words, beyond words. No homas will match that. All these havans and all, yajnas. In Thirukural, Thiruvalur says, if a person does not eat meat, okay, that is more powerful than performing thousands of yajnas. Avisorindo Ayiram Ventalin Mottam Veersagithu Unnaminandu. Just resolving not to eat meat, hurting some other jiva. If you resolve not to do himsa in order to survive, that is such a tapas that is powerful than doing thousands of yajnas. But yajnas have to be done because that's the way you maintain, the framework. So, as per Shastras, you have to do yajnas and other things. But any big yajna with all this, for this sake, that sake, and all, I reserve my comments. Another question. Reciting Dwaya mantram always without any expectations is our Swarupa. He is reciting Dwaya mantram always without any expectation. Is our Swarupa. If see, you don't recite Dwaya mantram. I think I have shared this before. If somebody is suddenly pushed into a well, he'll say, "Oh, please help." Tadiki Vrindavan, Amme. If you just slip, he'll say, Amma. Like that, Dwayam is a natural outcome. You don't have to recite. You don't have to say, I have to tell Dwayam, but without expectation. The moment you say without expectation, that itself means that there is some culprit inside, which is saying you have to do, but keep saying that, I'm saying without expectation. You have to remove that culprit. It's a very subtle poison. Do you recite Dwaya mantra? If somebody asks you, come on, what's your point? You should ask them, what's your point? What is recitation? It's a natural thing. It's very, very, very spontaneous and natural thing. தொழிலனுக்கு தொல்லைமால் தன் நாமம் ஏத்த வாய் அவனை அல்லது வாழ்த்தாது. Reciting Dwayam is for Mangala Shashna. It is not for anything else at all. நல்வகையால் நமோ நாராயணா என்று நாமம் பலபரவி பல்வகையாலும் பவித்திரனே உன்னை பல்லாண்டு கூறுவனே. Reciting Thirumanthram and Dwaya and Japam, all these things are for the purpose of Mangala Shashna, not for anything else at all. By saying that I'll get some jnana, some papams will go, or that is my nature, that is my swarupa. No, the purpose is Mangala Shashna, which is the highest level of your Kaikarya, which is your Atma Swarupa. And that should spontaneously come. So should I say, the moment we ask that, don't say. But if we say like that, then nobody will say. So for the beginners, we have to only chant. First do japa, then gradually upgrade towards knowing the meaning, then gradually upgrade towards reciting all the time as a rule. Then once that Mangala Shashna Buddhi comes, until then we are, see, Mangala Shashanam, you can do Mangala Shashanam, there is nothing wrong about it. You have to watch what I am saying, because I keep swinging between two ends. I'll say don't do, I'll say do. This will always be there. You have to watch really what I'm saying. Because otherwise you will be misled. Somebody will just see some part of the video and say, hey, he said you should not do, and then here he says you should do. Same thing is there in Shastras. I'm not telling something on my own. This is how Shastras are also. You should do, you should not do. Mangala Shashanam should come naturally. What people will do is, basic things and all they will leave. Suddenly they will jump into Mangala Shashanam and say, I'm doing Mangala Shashanam for Pilpan. That will not work. Then I will say, you are not qualified. What is your Mangala Shashanam? What's your base? Mangala Shashanam is not merely saying Palland Palland. Long live. Shaktam, Ashaktam. We have discussed this before also. What you are capable of. Concern. If I am concerned that there is a child, if I am concerned that the child should be hale and healthy, I should not say Pallandu Pallandu. I should feed. I should take care when there is a health issue. I cannot say Pallandu Pallandu. Long live. Everything will happen to you. Whereas a person who is not related to me, who is on the street, if you offer food, he'll say, long live. That is all he can do. He cannot come and take care of you. Whereas you, for your kid, you can take care because you're capable. So Shaktam, Ashaktam. Why Nammalvar did not go to any temple? Because Shitila Karana. Because of having the Sakshatkar of Perumal's Divyamangala Vigraha, he was not able to do anything else other than just experiencing that Divyamangala Vigraha. In the absence, he cannot do anything. Shitila Karana. So he cannot do anything. But if you are capable of doing something for in some other occasion or for some other purpose, if there is a temple, then you can actually go and do service. There you can go and do service. You say, I pray to Perumal, somebody should come and do good service here. Perumal will not excuse you. And if you say, tell some shlokas saying that I will recite Pallat in this temple, so that very good Paricharaka, very good Archaka, very good Madapalli people will come. When you can actually do and you are not doing it, your Mangala session will not work. That is Shaktam. A person wants to do. There is a woman, the lady. They want to do, but they cannot go inside a temple and actually do Madapalli and Paricharaka. They can only pray sincerely, heartfelt. But there is another dimension to it. If they don't allow their own husband or children to the temple service, and then they say, see, I am a woman, what I can do? I cannot do. Given an opportunity, I will do. But they will not allow their own husband or children to go to temple. That Mangala Sashanam also will not do. You have dimensions. You have to analyze it, rip it apart, and see from all the angles, so that there is nothing that is left out. So who can do? Everybody can do Mangala Sashanam. Who can do? Nobody can do. So these are two views. Depending upon what you are. Right? So Dwayam, Thirumanthram are meant for the purpose of Mangala Sashanam. You keep on doing Mangala Sashanam. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing. So what you should be doing, as a Prapana, you should be doing Kainkaryam. In a temple or at an Acharya Thirumalige or at a Bhagavata Thirumalige, you should be doing Kainkaryam. As you do the Kainkaryam, you will also utter Dwayam for the purpose of Mangala Sashanam. Then it makes sense. These have to be weaved together. Does it help?
Adiyan, Soma. Adiyan.
How to find out in which level we are and how to go to the next level. That's what I told you, that the appraisal has to be done by your manager. You can do a little bit of self-appraisal, but your manager only does it. Finally, what he says is do what it is. Similarly, an Acharya, right? Acharya is the one who can tell you at what level you are. And then you should be inclined towards to follow. If you say, I resign this job, I don't want your job. If you're not giving me good appraisal, I'll go and find some other job. What that person can do. So you should be obedient. You should do what he says, if at all you are interested in getting uplifted. See, this moksha I'm telling you, it's a very serious thing. That's why it is so durlabha. We are not here to attract crowd. I think I told that in today's telegram thing on Prata season. Shiva Vaishnavism is not for crowd generation. We are talking about Ekanti, Paramaekanti, who are all alone somewhere in some corner, trying to avoid doing apacharams, Bhagavad apacharam, Dhiru Kalaya, trying to avoid seeing Vishayantarams, Palani Kati Padupayo, being afraid of all those things. Innangedupayo. So they try to live a life of recluse. Embiramanar gave a different dimension to it. But only Embiramanar can do that. We should not think we are Embiramanar and we can do all these things. Maybe for some people, some can be gifted like that and they can do it. I don't know. At least I am not that. Can't say that nobody can do it. But it's a huge momentum, right? It's a movement that Embiramanar created. It's a huge movement. That is incarnation. Many people talk about all Embiramanar, let us create awareness in villages, this, that, let's go. All wonderful. Whatever they say, tell Embirmanar's name, everything will happen to you. You will be taken care. But for themselves, the WhatsApp status, if you see their WhatsApp status, it will be crazy. Somebody is backbiting, somebody is talking bad about me. There are people who are cheating. This kind of status they put. On one side, Embiramanar is the Rakshakan. They say, then suddenly some Western quotes, some Western philosophers, and Western proverbs will come. They're doing something for some, we should not be doing it for some making some noise, or dogmatically we should not do. In spirit, we should realize. Once you realize, you will find that this religion is the best fit for everyone. That is why you start recommending to others. You say, you come to Vaishnavism, not because I am following it, not because I think it is a great. It is really the best fit for everyone. It accommodates everybody. It accommodates everybody. It gives solution for every practical problem. It's a way of life. It's not some set of rules you follow daily morning. You have to do this, you have to do that. It's not like that. It's a beautiful system.
There is one. Can I ask the next question, Swami?
Yeah, please.
There is one Bhagavata named Vishal. He's asked how to get an Acharya while being in the USA, United States. To be able to serve the Acharya and do Seva, not possible to do in India. Hence, how can one establish a rapport after Seva so as to ask questions in daily life to Acharya?
I've answered it in many times, in many possible ways. This is the same thing. I'll sit at home, I'll drink. Please, doctor, somehow do something from there, from the hospital. For phone or through video call. Through video call, if you can do some operation, that will be really helpful. Please. Come on. This doesn't work. Acharya is not like other so-called. That's why the stories and all, they actually dilute the power of acharyas. This so-called many stories they are going around, right? Who is Guru? Guru is somebody who will do some magic, miracle, this, that, on one side. Another side, it's like Guru is like your school teacher. They'll downgrade suddenly to that level. In Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, Acharya is more than Perumal. This is a person, this is the only last resort for you. Because Perumal has failed through various avatars. Amma, Alvar, Embiramanar, and Jeeyar are the only resort for you. And that means that's a serious thing that you should pursue. Are you serious about going to moksha? Why? What's your trigger for moksha? No, everybody, Shiva Vaishnava means you have to go to moksha. No. What's your trigger? Have you suffered enough in samsara? Do you understand that the samsara is really, you know, something that you should get rid of? If you are not, then start with the smaller groups, and because you are a beginner, get associated, do some services, hear some lectures slowly. It will bring a transformation step by step. But if in your journey, in your Atma's journey, if you are already at a level where you are now done with samsara, you are saying that I am a virakta, I have no business here. What's next? Kaivalya, Swartha Moksha, Parartha Moksha, Pratama Purva, Madhyama Purva, Acharya Purva. What's next? And what do I do for that? I'm serious. I'll do whatever it takes for that. And let's talk. That's a different issue. Until then, it's more of an engagement. You do this, you don't do this. Oh, this is not for us. Little bit of course correction here and there. Some kind of engagement until you become serious. Like LKG to go to UKG, then to first standard. Once you go to fifth, sixth grade, seventh grade, if you don't get good marks, you'll get nicely. And then 11th and 12th and all will decide your future. Right? That's how it is. You should know. You should know which grade you are in. To be quite open. If you don't know at what level you are in, don't follow Shiva Vishnus. Say, why follow it in the first place? Just saying that, somewhat I like. It's all your likes. So one day you will not like, something happens in your family. Oh, Perumal did not help. I don't want to go to Perumal's temple. Somebody came, they said, something happened in my family. Last 2 years I didn't go to any temple. After 2 years I'm coming for a temple for the first time. Okay? Who loses? Who is the loser? The deity in the temple or you? What does it matter? Anything, any religion, you can belong to any religion. You can belong to any stage. You can be a Upasaka. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong. You can be a Kaivalyarthi. There's nothing wrong because Kaivalya is there, Brahma is kept. Nothing wrong. But whatever it is, you should be serious with that, right? You can be in LKG. But for LKG also you need attendance. You need to put uniform. There also you have to tell rhymes. You cannot sit at home and say, I want to do LKG from home. Like work at home. It's just come on. Anything and everything needs seriousness. Without which you are wasting others' time also, right?
Aryan, so.
Swami, you want to talk about Achiradi Margam because at least at a high level, what does each step mean?
See, Acharya Margam is basically the route to moksha. And it's not something that should be discussed in this kind of forms. Right? It's the route to moksha. Each and every step, how an atma goes, who is Ama, Navan, Vidyut, right? Chandra Mandalam, Surya Mandalam, all those things. It's Acharya is one of the Ashtadasa Rahasya. It's a Rahasya Grantha. So it should be given that Gaurava respect to that. But in a nutshell, Acharya is the route to moksha, unique. And that route is known only to Perumal. Only Perumal can take you. Perumal, out of all the Perumals, the Perumal who is in Thirumoku, Kalamegam, he is known as Vadithunai Perumal. He is the one who will take you through the route. That much I can talk about Acharya. Anything else? You should come sit here. We'll discuss.
Adiyan, Perumal name Adiyan, Kala. Swami said name of the Perumal.
Kalamegam.
Is that in the
Thirumogu. Thaladamarai Thadamnivayal Thirumogu. நாளுநேற்று நண்டமர்ந்து நின்று அசுரரை தகர்க்கும் தோளும் நான்குடை சுரிகுழல் கமலக் கண்கணிவாய் காளமேகத்தை வழித்துணை பெருமாள். இஸ் திருமோகூர் நியர் மதுரை.
Thank you.
அதாவது கிழக்கு பக்கம் வந்து கபோர்டு இருக்கு, அதுக்கு சுவத்துக்கு இன்னொரு புறம் வந்து கழிவறை இருக்கு, கம்பைன்டு பாத்ரூம் இருக்கு.
Okay, so his question was that there is a shelf in his home in which he wants to place the Perumal. The back side of that is the bathroom of the toilet. So is it okay to keep Perumal in such a place, in a shelf, just exactly to the back of which the back side of the wall is, toilet? My recommendation is avoid. Avoidable.
Okay.
Bring Perumal to the front, keep a table, and then keep him on the table.
One Bhagavata has asked the question, I agree that moksha is the ultimate aim, but is it wrong to say that deliberately asking to be born as another Jivatma only to sing Emberuman's praises, listen to his stories, and to educate others in their awakening? What is wrong in that? What do the Shastrams say about that? This is one thing that I haven't understood. I would prefer a life of staying on the earth. And if I have awakening in life early on, I will prefer to spend that time listening to his glories every day, being lost in thinking about him, preaching to others what they are missing out on, etc. Why even ask to be in Vaikuntham? Maybe because I don't know what it is to experience Vaikuntham. That's the first part of his question.
What is wrong in that? What do the Shastrams say about that? There's nothing wrong about that. You can be born and you can do all these things. Deliberately you can ask for this. Kulasekara Alvar has asked for this. So there's nothing wrong. But even though Kulasekara Alvar had prayed to be born again, the only thing that they seem to pray is, if at all they are born again. If at all they are born again. So you have to understand the design of samsara. Samsara is designed to be like this. You cannot say, oh God, please violate all the rules just for me and allow me to be praising and singing you, your greatness, even in this samsara. That is meaningless, because the samsara is designed to challenge people and help them to overcome that through faith and then finally attain him. That is what is Jagat Vyapara, that is what is his Leela Vibhuti, that is what is his Leela. And if you are seeking some kind of a violation or exception in this, that is defying the very fundamental design of samsara. And whatever you are asking, see, this is where the difference is. When you are asking moksha, you should understand what is moksha. Moksha is a place where you attain a state wherein you do what he likes. If you say, I want to sing your praises, I want to be listening to your stories, then it is swartha. That means it is no different from being selfish on material desires. Here you are asking for family, children, health, wealth, other things. There you are saying that I want to do service in my own way. It is called as swaprayojana or swartha moksha, which is worse than samsara, because in samsara, you will go through this state, but at least at some point in time you can overcome. But once you seek a moksha with this kind of a thought process underlying that, it will be permanent. It is eternal world. So you will eternally get into a state where you will be doing service only on your own, as you like, not as per his wishes. And that is not our Swarupa. Our Swarupa is you do what he wishes. Atyanta Paratandriya and Seshatva. So moksha is, liberation is sought. Not for us to be free from all these things, not for us to be happy, but for us to attain our true state, that is Atma Swarupa, which is nothing but a state where you always do things only for his happiness. So moksha is needed not for us, but for him, because he wants us to be with him. For which we have to just understand our Swarupa and just align. So we don't have to seek moksha. We don't have to say, I want to be there, I want to be here, I want to be doing this, I want to be doing that. You just have to say that I want to attain Atma Swarupa in order to make you happy. Once I attain Atma Swarupa, naturally I will be a Paratantra. That is totally a person who will do whatever Perumal wants and not anything else. So why even ask to be in a Vaikuntham? Now becomes irrelevant, because we don't even ask Vaikuntham. We are asking for a state which is our true state. That is Swarupa Siddhi. If we ask Vaikuntha and he gives, that is also Swartha. That is what Nammalvar says. Yamma vittu tiramam sapam. Perumal says, I will give you moksha. Then Alvar says, oh, you are giving moksha because I wanted. Then that is my own wish. I don't want that moksha. I want you to do whatever you want to do with me. Do whatever you want to do with me. Just allow me to remain in that particular state where I let you do whatever you want to do with me. It's liberation, according to us, the true liberation comes in two steps. The first step is the mind or the understanding, jnana. Next is actually the place, which is always chosen by only Perumal. See, after all, Perumal can go there, or you can go there to moksha, and then Perumal may decide that, okay, let us all go to samsara and do an incarnation and do something interesting. Then you will join him naturally. Right? But that will not be karma adhina, which means you won't go through karmic effect. But still pain will be there, this will be there, that will be there. No, it won't be there. It will be abhinaya. Lakshmana, Sita, Prati, all they went through pain and sufferings. No, that is not suffering. They are abhinaya. That is, they do it so that others will feel that it's true. In the sense, they will undergo pain, but not as a person like us who is in samsara, who undergoes the pain. That pain is different, this is different. You need to understand that. This is the answer for the first question.
The second part of the question is, how is that Acharya Parampara is not as well known? Our Acharya Parampara is not as well known in the North Indian community. Those North Indian Pandits, relatives I know who follow Srimad Narayana never talk about Acharyas and how important it is. Even I wasn't aware of the importance, but knowing and learning about Acharya Vamsa makes me think that this is the only way to connect with Srimad Narayana. The Lakshminatha Samarambham Nata Yamuna Madhyamam makes so much sense, and that is making me believe that an Acharya is important. Am I correct in my thinking? Or maybe there are other Acharyas in North Indian community that I don't know anything about it.
Sri Vaishnava Acharya Parampara is meant for a very small group of people. For others, it is only Ruchi Janaka, that is to just attract Akarshana, to give an entry into the system, it takes so many births again to actually get liberated. Just because one undergoes Sharanagati or some, Panchasamskara, they don't get moksha in the same birth. Until their ruchi and vasana, the attachment towards materials and the desires, until they are relieved, or until the person at least seeks relief from that. He yearns. He doesn't, he has not got relieved by himself, but he is at least yearning to get relieved from that. But if he shows more of interest towards, sumptuous food, beautiful women, and position, status, wealth, and all those things, if he is showing interest, he will be born again. There is no doubt on that. So it is for a very small set of people actually. So it won't propagate like any other religions. You are very much correct in saying that without learning this Acharya Vamsa, there is no connect with Sriman Narayana, beyond any doubt. If you are going without this Acharya Parampara, you cannot connect to Sriman Narayana, period. The North Indian Acharyas and all those people, they are entry level people. That is why they pray many. So those who are really into the Sampradaya, they will pray that we want to be born again in South India, where we can speak Tamil, we can understand Tamil, and enjoy the real inner meanings of Alvar's Pasurams, and then get liberated. Until then, you will see that most of the North Indian, Acharyas, although they say all these things, Alvars and all, little bit, primarily they will be, taking pramanas from Srimad Bhagavata and Sri Ramayana. Those will be their Parayana, Pravachana and all those things.
In a nutshell, we should not be saying that I want to do this kind of service, I want to do that kind of service, here, there, and all, unless we have become realized. Once you become realized, you become a Paratantra. Then whatever you tell. If Alvar is saying that I want to be like this, it is after realization he is telling that. Without realizing, we are telling, it's not true, first. So it doesn't matter whether we are telling exactly what the Alvars are telling. In what state we are really matters. Somebody can say, don't smoke. Don't smoke, anybody can say. If a smoker says, will somebody accept it? Hey, you are saying don't smoke and you yourself are smoking, what is the point? So it is not what is being told. Who tells really matters. Is he an Anushtata? That is why today you see that so many lectures, discourses, upanyasams are just floating around in the internet and everywhere. But how far is it effective? Maximum it will make somebody do is put Thiruman on some function, on some festive day, and go to temples, take prasadam, tirtham, contribute some money. This is the maximum level it has taken, according to me. I know it is, that's what I feel. Except for, there will always be some exceptions. Some people would have suddenly massively transformed because in their journey of Atma, they would have been an advanced level, they would have been looking for a break. This lecture would have given some break. Other than that, millions of people, we can say, Vaishnavas are there, this, that, and that. If something happens to some Perumal, nobody will come and give hand. Something happens to, I'll tell you my example. Some people used to make fun of me, saying that this idiot, he took sannyasa, now he has to beg for food. Which is on the other side. Now it is almost more than 200 days with Embryomanar's Manavada Mangal's grace. Been gifted to only survive on vegetables and fruits, which is great. But then what happened is, when I was in Sanchara after sannyasa, I met so many people, Sri Vaishnavas, so many, who are capable of, say, offering the food in the systematic way, that is wooden stove and the brass vessels, well water and all those things. Those people, right? I met them. They knew that I don't eat. I don't eat any kind of fruits and other things. If I get this kind of food by the right person only, I'll eat. I won't compromise. They know it. You know what they used to say? Oh, you have such a vairagya that you will not eat from outside. It is great to see. I hope Perumal will give you somebody who will come and cook. These people who can actually do, just at least for one day, they will not do, they have not done it. It is not that I feel so bad that I did not get food that day. It is the state of affairs. That's what is the state of the society. They'll keep saying, I pray to Perumal, somebody should come. When you are not coming, how dare you say that somebody else will come? When you are capable, you're not capable, if you are stuck, that is a different story. There are some people who are genuine. They are stuck, I'm going to office, I'm not meeting your standards expectation. I wish I can do it, but if I do, you won't eat. That is different. These people, they have proven them, they will do, they will attend college. All story is fine. When it comes to knowing that a sannyasi is not having food, right? And you are capable of doing it. And you say, Perumal I pray Perumal, somebody will come to you. And then on the other side, you go to any temple, anywhere. It's not for me, it's for anybody. I'm just giving that instance as an example. Right? This is what is the reality. So if the temple is in turmoil, where you can go and do some kaikariya, you just sit outside and say that Perumal is suffering, he's not eating properly, Aradhana is not being done. I pray somebody will come. What a shame it is. What a shame it is. How do you think anything else will work at all? See, for this you don't need pramana. Somebody is dying in front of you. A car came and hit. I wish somebody comes and saves this person. When you have a car, when you can take this person and you can go and admit him in some hospital, and you still say, I pray, somehow something will happen good for him. What kind of response is it? Right? It makes no sense. You know it makes no sense, and you still want to say that. That is so sad. That is what is today's state of affairs. Everybody comes with the Thirumanthram. Somebody came here. They said, why is this temple like this? Why nobody is looking after it? They said, come, stay with me. I have a house where you can stay. Food is free, everything. Come and clean it. Oh, I cannot. If you cannot clean it, how dare you say that why it is not clean? Who will clean it? Temple is for whom? Who owns this temple? Simply coming once in the blue moon. Why the temple is not open at the right time? What is the timing for this temple? Why there is no boat? Look at the kind of attitude that we have. It's a shame. So we all know what is the truth. But we are not ready to sacrifice even small things. I already answered Sri Atreya's question because he is just asking the same thing. As we are Gruhasthas, we are always attached with material needs and situations. But still, we want to be surrendered to God. So, is it possible to be surrendered being attached with all material needs? No, not at all possible. Vitrite patravenum. Impossible for anybody to get attached to God without detaching yourself. How can one be detached from all the material needs and circumstances as being in Gruhasthashrama? See, this Gruhasthashrama is often misunderstood today. Gruhasthashrama is not just marrying and reproducing. Gruhasthashrama is you have to live that ashrama as per Shastras, doing Upasana, Vaishwadeva, charity, Athithi Satkara, Athithi Seva. These are all the rules of Gruhasthashrama. Not simply marrying and having a wife, having children. That is not Gruhasthashrama. That's not Gruhasthashrama at all. So, in order to get detached, you have to attain jnana, as I said, for which you need to approach the right Acharya. Now, what stops a person or a Bhagavata to reach Acharya? Nothing stops. Is it the individual's courage to take decision and person's level of knowledge which is not yet attained? What is the role of Bhagavatas in Atma Yatra? How should one approach them or see them? Wonderful question. There is a order, krama, in which things happen. If you have to get the right Acharya, first you need to get associated with Bhagavatas. You need to get associated with Bhagavatas. This is the krama. In order to get associated with Bhagavatas, you should do something what is known as abhimukha to the Supreme Perumal. In order to do abhimukha, first you should develop what is known as advesha. Ishwarasya cha sauhardam yadricha sukrutam tatha vishno kataksham advesham abhimukyam cha satvikaihi sambhashanam षडेतानि ह्याचार्य प्राप्ति हेतवः. For Acharya Prapti, 6 steps are mentioned. The 6th step is Satvikaihi Sambhashanam. You need Bhagavatas. By Bhagavata, I don't mean this so-called the local usage Bhagavatas. That is for those who don't have Yajñopavita, they are called as Bhagavatas in Tamil Nadu. Not that Bhagavata is anybody who is Bhagavad Bhakta. Any Sri Vaishnava is known as Bhagavata. A serious Sri Vaishnava who lives in spirit. So only Sri Vaishnava Sangha, Sattvika Sambhashana, Sattvikaihi Sambhashana. So discussing with those kind of Sattvikas only will take you to the Acharya. What stops a person? Nothing stops. As I said, in a simple or at the level of perception, nothing stops. But at the subtle level, your papa, your apachara, that stops you from not getting the right Acharya. For which you have to repent first. Sit and pray to Emberuman that I have done a lot of aparadhas. That is why I am not getting the right Acharya. Maybe I was given a very good Acharya in previous birth, but I was ignoring him, udasina. I was violating ullangana or atilangana of his orders. I have done a lot of apacharas, which are of highest order, asakya apachara. These are all the things that are actually keeping me away from getting the right Acharya. So you should sit and repent. So the role of Bhagavatas in the Atma Yatra is Bhagavatas are the one who can actually take you to Acharya. How should one approach them or see them? And when we are talking about serious Bhagavatas, others, generally Sri Vaishnavas are classified into 3 categories. Satkara Yogya, Sadanubhava Yogya, Sahavasa Yogyar. So there are three categories. Satkara Yogyar is they wear this Thiruman. They have Dasya Nama. The name Dasya Nama. They have undergone Pancha Samskara. If you see them, you should not talk anything bad about them. Prostrate, do some Satkara. Upachara. Right? Offer them food, shelter, dress, money, whatever you can. If they don't have Anushtana, if they are not following the Anushtana, do this and keep away from them. Don't talk ill of them. Don't talk bad about them. Do Upachara if you see them, but try to stay away from them as much as possible. If you know they are doing Nishiddha Anushtana. That is Satkara Yogya. They are worth only to be treated with basic dignity. Sahavasa Yogya, who have Jnana. They don't do Nishiddha, but they are not fully a practitioner. They are experts. The first one is learner, Satkara Yogya. They are just learning Sampradaya. They will be doing all the other things. Next one is expert, who has got the knowledge. So you can exchange jnana with them. Bodhayanta parasparam. And if they are not following Nishiddha Anushtana, you can keep in touch with them in a regular fashion. Sahavasa. Regularly can be in touch with them. Third category is Anushtana Pradhana. They are practitioners. They follow. Whatever they know, they follow it to the best. Sadanubhava Yogya. You have to be with them only. These are the three categories. In Shivachana Bhushana Divya Shastra, these kind of Sadanubhava Yogya or Sahavasa Yogya, who have jnana, then the next level is jnana and anushtana. If you see them, they are jnana adhikar and they are anushtana pradhana. Anushtana is alvars and purvacharyas. Jnana adhikar, some great scholars. Reasonably, they follow all the things, but not 100% anushtana, but reasonably. That is Sahavasa Yogya. If you see them, you have to treat them in par with your Acharya. Acharya Tulya rendu ninekku வேண்டும். You should treat them, you should think that they are greater than samsaris, greater than you, greater than Perumal. Samsarigalilum, Tannilum, Ishwaranilum, Adhikar. Those Bhagavatas, you should think that they are greater than samsaris, myself, and even Perumal. They are greater than samsaris because they are mokshus, pursuing moksha. They are greater than us because they are the seshi for us. Tadiyaha. Tadiya is our master. Sri Vaishnavas are our master. Serving Perumal is a little lower when compared to serving Perumal's devotees. So, more than Perumal's Seshatvam, Dadiya Seshatvam is important for us. That is our Swarupa. So they are greater than us because they are our Seshi, we are their Seshabhuta. They are greater than Perumal. How they are greater than Perumal? Because Perumal can give you both moksha, he can also put you in samsara. But these Bhagavatas can give you only moksha. So, samsariyalam, tannilum, ishwaranilum, adhikaranilum venum. Acharya tulya, you have to think that they are in par with Acharya. But how can somebody be kept in par with Acharya? Then the answer is, when an Acharya performs Upadesha, the Acharya should tell, if you see Sri Vaishnavas, you should think that you are seeing me. Sri Vaishnavai Kandal, Emmai Kandar Bole Irum, Endru Upadesha Samayatile Acharya Solla Vedum, Sonnadanal Acharya Vachanatale. Because an Acharya tells like that, it means an Acharya should tell, hey, if you see Sri Vaishnavas, think that you are seeing me. So give that much of respect. That is what is the right Acharya, who does that Upadesha. As told in Sri Vaishnava Division. So because Acharya has told, if you see Sri Vaishnavas of that quality, that is Sadanubhava Yogya, Sahavasa Yogya, you should treat them as your Acharya. This is how you have to approach them. During Navaratri, which portion of Sri Ramayana can be read as Anusandhanam? Sri Ramayana Tanishloki. Tanishloki is the best. Sundarakandam is okay. Commonly at temples, regularly, Sri Thirumadal Chatushloki has been recited. Yeah, all these things can be recited. What fruits or vegetables can Jeeyar Swami eat? Jeeyar has nothing specific. It is Satvika Ahara that any Sri Vaishnava eats. That's what Jeeyar should also eat. That's all. Sannyasi should eat. If a person got Samashyanam and have Devatanta Sambandham, to what extent we have to mingle or we should stay away from them? That depends on what Nishta do you follow. Because, see, this is a common thing. Somebody, I know a person who kept on telling, they are having Devatanta Sambandha. I said, okay, what are you doing? I'm working as a marketing executive. You're making money. Yes. Who's giving you salary? Some manager. Is he a Sri Vaishnava and who has undergone Pancha Samskara? So he worships Devatantra. You will not worship Devatantra, but you will worship somebody who worships Devatantra and get money from them. What logic is that? I asked. And I told, there's a concept, very serious concept. How Devatantras influence or attack us. Devatantras are like fire. Sri Vaishnavas are water. Fire can do nothing to water. Water will blow off the fire. But fire has a technique. When you introduce a vessel, you put water in the vessel. You can heat the vessel. The water inside that will get heated. So fire can actually heat the water using a vessel. Now, what is this vessel? What is this vessel? Metal, right? Do you know what is the classification of metal in Panchabhutas as per Tarka Shastra? As per Tarka Shastra, metals are classified under fire. Tejas. They are classified under fire. We think that it is solid. We think Prithvi means solid. Apu, water, means liquid. Vayu means air. No, it is not like that. It's not solid state, liquid state, or gaseous state. That is Agni, Vayu, and Up. Up is water, Jala. Metals are classified under fire category. So Lakshana is there. Something has to be classified under water. It needs to have the taste called rasa. Rasa. If something has to be classified under Prithvi, it is identified by Gandha. It should have Gandha. Then only it can be classified under Prithvi. It's not solid or liquid. That which has Rupa, Bhaswara Shuklam and Abhaswara Shuklam for water and metals. The ability to reflect. Those things are all there. Lakshanas are there. So metals are classified under fire. Why I am saying this is, this metal is a friend of fire actually. That can heat water. Similarly, Devatantras cannot directly attack Shiva Vaishnavas, but they will attack you through their devotees. You have to remember that. So we will say that the Shiva Vaishnavas, they have undergone some Panchasamskaram, they are going to some Devatantra, not acceptable. Okay, what about you? We are working. They're all only Shiva Vaishnavas with Panchasamskaras, no Devatantra, Paramaekantis. Are they offering you a salary? What are you doing? So we should know what is our Nishtha. In this case, that Shiva Vaishnava, in Shiva Vaishnava's case, because you are associating yourself with them, you have come to know. There are people whom you might not know. What if you did not know? So it is always better to first refine ourselves. Are we clear? Once you are clear, naturally only those people who are aligned to you will come to you. Otherwise, they cannot handle the tapas of that person. So simply doing research on whether this person is having Devatantra Sampagda, Sadhanantra Sampagda, is he doing for Prayojanatra? Start doing research on your own. That's the best.
Aryan.
The kainkarians which we do to Acharya and Perumal, in doing them, when we face some obstacles, how to cross over them, how to cross over the obstacles which cause in doing kainkariam to Perumal and Acharya.
To cross over the obstacles, Upaya Upayam. Upayam is Kainkariya. Upayam is only the same person. For Acharya Kainkariam, if there is an obstacle, only Acharya has to help. You should not even go to Perumal. The Virodhi or Anishta Nivritti, Ishta Prapti and Anishta Nivritti should be done by the same person. If Upayam is Acharya, Upayam should be Acharya. If Upayam is Perumal, Upayam should be Perumal. It's called as Prapaka Prapya Aikyam. So if you are doing Kainkariam to Acharya, if there is a Virodhi, enemy for the Kainkariam, seek refuge in the lotus feet of the same Acharya. Matranangamangal Matru. Only one line finished. Mandal Acharya said that. To whoever you are doing Kainkariya, only that person should help you to fight.
Aryan Swami. Is there any other follow-up question regarding that? Aryan Dhanurdasa Swami. If anyone has any other question, you can just please use the Google form.
Yeah, next session.
Aryan Swami. Next session, we can follow up in the next session. Shrimate Ramajamatra Munindra Mahatmane Sriranga Vasine Bhuyat Nityashri Nityamangalam. Shrimate Vishnu Chittarya Manorandana Hendave Nandanandana Sundari Godaye Nityamangalam. अपगतमदमानैः अन्तिमोपायिष्टैः अधिगतपरमार्थैः अप्तकामानपेक्षैः निखिलजनसुद्भिः निर्जितक्रोधलोभैः वरवरमुनिवृत्तैः अस्तु मे नित्ययोगः। Adiyat Dhanyos, Swami.